What is up, everyone? This is the weekly vlog, and I just want to go ahead and point out real quick, this is day one of early voting. And if you live in Georgia, love weed, and actually love weed, then I recommend that you vote for Ossoff and Warnock, because it's going to get a little complex from here. But the reason why a lot of stuff is going on right now is because of a guy named Mitch McConnell in the state senate. In the National Senate. He is currently the majority leader. He is Republican. The majority right now is Republican. And right now, the reason why this runoff is so important is because this runoff will determine who holds a majority in the Senate. So if you just happen to vote for both Ossoff and Warnock to oust both Loeffler and Perdue, who are, by the way, actually just awful people, then the Democrats hold a majority, and there probably might actually be more laws being passed, like the MORE Act. The MORE Act is the Legalized Weed Act, which is something that y'all probably want to look down to. Someday I want to actually look out for. I will more than likely post a link of that below, so y'all can actually get a good idea as to what it specifically is and track down the progress of that act. With that being said, let's go ahead and go along with the vlog. I have actually, like I said, aside from the early voting that's going on, I have been combating a lot of thoughts of suicide lately, but they're getting better. I have ridiculously painful and sad depression, so that is actually corrupting my brain into making me want to kill myself. But I have been feeling a little bit better lately because I've been keeping myself busy. Kind of have no choice since my job is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So, 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. But, yeah, that I actually dread going to work, by the way. Like, literally every day, every time I, get my work clothes on and put my shoes on, I dread it. It is easily the most soul-crushing moment of my day. But I have really, really, really cool coworkers, so they sort of make me feel better about being there. But the actual work itself is kind of soul-crushing. I guess because of the fact that I had higher expectations of myself at 32 when I was a kid, and that's slowly starting to eclipse into what I think of myself now. I feel like I'm a humongous failure, but I'm trying to remind myself that I'm not, and keeping myself busy is sort of making that happen for me. All right, moving along. Let's see. I Politics has actually been really hilarious lately because of the fact that there has been politics is actually really funny right now. I'm loving the drama that is American politics. I honestly believe that politics is purposely boring because of the fact that they're trying to make sure that people don't pay attention to the drama and the silliness that actually goes on in it. Because basically this week in politics has basically been Trump is still trying to contest his loss. So he's going from state to state, suing people and basically saying, yeah, I won this election because you guys have a whole bunch of voters who voted illegally. And the states are like, no, that's not what happened. You just lost because people don't like you. And he's like, no, that's not true. I'm going to go to the Supreme Court and I'm going to tell them what happened. And yeah, I'm going to be president still. Which is hilarious. He goes over to the Supreme Court, and mind you, y'all need to understand real quick, the reason why this is even funnier is because 3 of the most recent Supreme Court appointees have been from him. Neil Gorsuch, who's racist, Brett Kavanaugh, who is an alcoholic rapist, and Amy Coney Barrett, who is probably racist. But and it's he goes over to the Supreme Court. He basically says, yo, these people voted for me. Everybody who voted against me voted illegally anyway. What can y'all do about it? The Supreme Court basically said, nothing. You lost. There's no way to prove that you won, so you lost. So go. So you can only imagine how betrayed Donald Trump feels. It's going, I put 3 of you bastards in here. What makes this even funnier is the fact that it's Bill Barr is like, dude, Bill Barr is the Attorney General, basically the legal guy for the political team. He's like the legal guy. So, and Trump is like, Bill, I won this election, right? And Bill is like, no, sir, you didn't. There is no voter fraud. And there has been no proof of widespread voter fraud. Trump is probably like, you're fat, I hate your glasses, and everything about you is dumb. And Barr is like, well, I'm going to resign. But yeah, but these are the things that happen in our politics. There's so much drama going on with it. It's beautiful. Like, part of me wants to actually like check out C-SPAN just to sort of see how crazy it gets in Congress. Because there's a lot that's going on up in there that they purposely want us to ignore by keeping it as ridiculously boring as possible. The .gov websites are your best friend, by the way. Let me explain. I now know the 4 numbers that you can use to call the White House because of whitehouse.gov. I now have an idea how a law gets passed in Congress thanks to congress.gov. I also am aware that America apparently has a TV channel, not a TV channel, but like an official broadcasting thing similar to the BBC called the VOA, the Voice of America. And the problem with that is that like right now the person in charge of that is basically a Trumpster, and like he is trying to like perpetuate lies and stuff using the VOA because apparently people use the VOA, right? So it's like there's a whole thing going on with that. It's just a lot of stuff. It's like a lot of stuff that if we actually cared more and focus on this stuff, we could actually change this stuff for the better. And I would definitely recommend that because once again, if you like weed, I mean, I personally don't care much for weed, but if you like weed and you live in Georgia, vote blue. I mean, because like Kelly Loeffler thinks radical liberal Raphael Warnock is dangerous. And David Perdue was such a coward that he didn't even bother to show up for his most recent debate that he had with John Ossoff. Do you really want a robot and a coward running the country? Because that can happen. All right, moving along. So that's personal, that's politics. I also have been reading a lot of DC Comics lately. I mean, well, I kind of had to stop because of school and because work is literally taking over my week. But I have been reading a couple of the DC Comics. So at some point, I intend to like do reviews over those comics in my spare time. I don't know. I mean, I also have been like reading a lot of reading a lot of manga. I love Congo Bancho. That series is beautiful. I love it. It's so good. It is so good. I love it so much. Congo Bancho, I don't know if it's anime or not, but it's great. This video is about to be 9 minutes long and I talk too darn much. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short, but that's it though. Love and peace. Y'all have a good one and be safe out there. And also vote for Georgia. Please make the right decision. There's a lot of people who really need that weed. Seriously though, that's it. Love and peace again.